Have you ever found yourself needing nutritional support for your growing family, but you just feel completely paralyzed by the thought of navigating yet another government application process? Trust me, you are absolutely not alone. Every single year, thousands of eligible families in Rhode Island miss out on incredible, life-changing health and food benefits simply because the paperwork and the bureaucracy just seem way too daunting. But what if I told you the process is actually incredibly straightforward once you have the roadmap in your hands? Welcome to this explainer. I am thrilled to be your guide today as we completely demystify the Rhode Island WIC application process. By the end of our time together, you're going to have a clear, actionable guide to securing the nutritional foundation your child deserves. We're breaking down every single requirement so that even if you're starting entirely from scratch, you'll know exactly what to do.
Okay, let's dive right into our roadmap for today. We'll start with an intro and who qualifies, then move on to gathering your necessary documents. After that, we'll hit the step-by-step application process, receiving and using benefits, and wrap up with support, FAQs, and next steps. Let's start right at the beginning with Section 1, Intro and Who Qualifies, going over those WIC eligibility basics.
First off, what actually is WIC? Well, WIC, which stands for Women, Infants, and Children, is a preventative clinical intervention administered by the Rhode Island Department of Health, and it's funded by the USDA. Its entire mission is to safeguard the developmental health of growing families. So it's not just about groceries, right? It's really an integrated healthcare model designed to establish a solid baseline of physical wellness for your family.
So, who can actually apply? The program covers pregnant individuals throughout their entire pregnancy, postpartum individuals up to 6 months after birth, and that's regardless of the birth outcome, by the way, and breastfeeding individuals up to the baby's first birthday. It also covers infants and children right up to their 5th birthday. But here's a massive misconception we need to clear up right now. It is not just for mothers. Biological fathers, grandparents, legal guardians, and foster parents are all fully authorized to apply for and manage WIC benefits for the kids in their care.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the math for financial eligibility. There is a huge pro tip to keep in mind here. A pregnant individual actually counts as 2 household members, or even more if you're expecting twins. Your household is basically everyone you live with and share income and expenses with. So if you're a single pregnant woman, you don't look at that 1-person limit. You jump right to the 2-person limit, which brings the annual threshold up to over $40,000. That one small detail literally helps so many families qualify.
And you know what? The process gets even easier for a lot of families. With standard income verification, sure, you provide pay stubs or tax returns, but there's also something called adjunct eligibility. This is like a VIP fast pass. If you or anyone in your household already gets SNAP, Medicaid, which is Right Care in Rhode Island, or TANF cash assistance, you automatically bypass the income verification stage entirely. You are instantly deemed financially eligible. Talk about fast-tracking your application.
Now that we know who qualifies, let's move into Section 2, gathering your necessary documents to build out your verification portfolio.
I really want you to think of this checklist as your verification portfolio. Getting organized before you make any phone calls is absolutely the best way to crush that application anxiety. A huge obstacle for folks is showing up to an appointment missing just one piece of paper and getting delayed. So compile this early. You'll need proof of your identity, like a driver's license. You need proof of your child's identity, a birth certificate, or honestly, even a hospital crib card works beautifully. Grab proof of Rhode Island residency, like a recent utility bill. You'll need 4 consecutive weeks of pay stubs for income proof, or those adjunct benefit award letters we just talked about if you have SNAP or Medicaid. And finally, bring along your child's immunization records, or a doctor's note verifying your pregnancy. The whole shebang.
I want to make something absolutely clear right here, because it's a huge point of reassurance for many families. Citizenship and legal immigration documentation are never verified or requested during the Rhode Island WIC application process, period. The state wants to ensure that undocumented families can access these vital nutritional services without any administrative or legal fears holding them back.
With our documents gathered and ready to go, we're jumping into Section 3, step-by-step application process. Let's look at the 4 steps to apply. Let's move to the next part and see how this builds, because the path actually breaks down into a really simple 4-step process. Step 1. Hop online and use the USDA WIC eligibility pre-screening tool. It takes maybe 5 minutes, and you can print a summary of your answers. Step 2. WIC isn't run out of one giant, intimidating state office. It's run through local community clinics, places like Children's Friend or Thundermist Health Center. You'll just call them or fill out an online inquiry to request an appointment. Step 3, as we just discussed, is getting that verification portfolio together. And Step 4 is attending your actual intake appointment at the clinic.
Now, during that intake appointment, you're going to hear a term that sounds kind of scary: nutritional risk. It is a federal requirement for enrollment, but honestly, please don't let the phrase worry you. It is simply a free health check right there at the clinic. A nurse or nutritionist is just going to do things like check your kiddo's height, weight, and do a quick iron screening to make sure they're growing healthily. It's completely painless, and it just helps them tailor the program perfectly to your specific needs.
And once you complete that screening, boom, you're enrolled. That brings us to Section 4, Receiving and Using Benefits, and exactly what you get.
And this brilliantly illustrates the reward phase. At the core of the WIC program, you don't just get some generic grocery allowance. You receive an actual food prescription designed by a nutritionist for your family's very specific medical and developmental needs. We're talking highly nutritious, WIC-approved foods like milk, and yes, that includes soy and lactate options, eggs, cheese, whole grains, beans, peanut butter, infant formula, and of course, fresh fruits and vegetables.
But Rhode Island WIC goes way, way beyond just groceries. You get an e-WIC card, which works literally just like a debit card at the store checkout. You get access to the completely free, ad-free WIC Shopper app, which is amazing because you can scan barcodes right there in the grocery aisle to instantly see if an item is WIC approved. For nursing mothers returning to work, WIC provides free hospital-grade electric breast pumps and access to certified lactation consultants. They even do direct referrals to programs like First Connections, where a registered nurse can actually come to your home to check on your newborn. It really is a comprehensive circle of care.
Let's wrap things up with Section 5, Support, FAQs, and Next Steps, where we'll knock down any remaining logistical barriers you might still be worrying about.
So, what if you're a foster parent applying for a kiddo in your care? Navigating the state system is already complex enough for foster families, so how exactly does WIC handle this?
The state actually makes this wonderfully simple. Foster children up to age 5 are legally classified as a distinct household of 1, and because the child's personal income is legally defined as $0, they are automatically eligible for immediate enrollment. You don't have to stress about your own household income disqualifying a foster child who really needs that nutritional and developmental support.
Here's another frequent logistical hurdle people ask about. Am I restricted to a WIC clinic in my specific town or city? Say you live in Woonsocket, but you work all day down in Providence.
The answer to that is a resounding no way. Rhode Island totally removes those geographic access barriers. You are allowed to enroll and attend appointments at any WIC clinic of your choice across the entire state. Municipal boundaries do not restrict you at all. You can absolutely pick the clinic location that best fits your daily commute, your childcare schedule, or your workplace. Just a quick evergreen heads up before we finish. While we've built this explainer to be as comprehensive and accurate as humanly possible, government policies, income guidelines, and clinic procedures can and do change over time. You should always verify the latest, most up-to-date requirements directly with the official Rhode Island Department of Health WIC offices or their state website. Ultimately, they are the final authority.
So, what does this all mean for you? We've seen exactly who qualifies, what documents you need to gather, the simple 4 steps to apply, and those incredibly tailored food and health benefits just waiting for you. With a totally clear, step-by-step path laid out, what's stopping you from securing the nutritional foundation your child deserves today? The support is right there, waiting for you to claim it. I really encourage you to take that first step online today. And please, do me a favor and share this explainer with any friends, family, or neighbors who might also benefit from knowing just how accessible WIC in Rhode Island truly is. Thanks so much for joining me today.